Let's build a video editing network. Four reasons that I'm doing this. Number one, I'm stuck at home. We're in the midst of the coronavirus and everybody's in home quarantine mode, so I'm looking for projects that I can do at home. And that leads me to number two. As I'm doing these projects, which include a lot of video, my main computer is just out of space. It can't store any more video that I'm editing. So I started looking for off-box solutions and I thought, man, it'd be great if I can also do the editing. If I could store everything off box and just use the video editing machine to do just that, edit video. And that leads me to number three. I'm like, this is something that everybody would need. Businesses, homes, 10 gigabit and above access to key servers and functions like that is becoming the norm, which is the speed at least that I'm going to need to be able to do something like that. So I'd love to put this project together, which leads me to number four. I love skill-based learning. I love when I can do something really practical and then break that down into all the skills that are needed to make that possible. There's so much that we're going to be able to learn by doing this, but that is to be seen, to come as we dive right into this. So let me take you over and show you what I've got. Come on, you gotta love how I have this all set up right here. So this is the core of what we're gonna need to build it. And I'm actually gonna include the PC later on that I'm gonna be adding to this collection. Let's start off with the NAS. This is actually a Synology DS1618 Plus. The reason I went with this guy is because it has a ton of storage. There's mini bays that I can add to this. And you remember, if we're using standard magnetic hard drives with today's 2020 technology, we can get hard drives that are 10 gigs each and fill this thing full. I'm not going to do that initially while I'm in my testing phase, but it gives me that expansion as well as being able to add additional NAS units that can attach to this. And I should say expansion units, they actually sell just drives that you can add to this through eSATA ports, right? So that's really good, as well as equipping this guy with some extra memory and a 10 gigabit per second network card, which once I unbox this, I'll show you. Second thing is I've got some Ubiquity 10 gigabit per second switches. These are really cool, actually. They're about a year old or so. These are US XG6 PoE. So they give you 10 gigabit per second ports. This is a 6 port, but also the new 802.3 BT power over Ethernet standard. That's the super high power, which I'm really excited about, but I'm going to dive into that one later. For now, I'm just going to be using this for its 10 gigabit capacity because I'm not upgrading the entire house to 10 gigabit per second. I'm just upgrading the individual links to the office where I have my actual PC, right? The full house 10 gigabit per second is going to come later, and I'll show you what I have planned for that once I get there, right? I also have a couple SFPs. This is just primarily to show you. These are RJ45 10 gigabit per second SFPs. Let's see if we can focus there. There we go. That allow you to adapt the SFP ports on this guy right here to a RJ45 connection. I just grabbed a couple of these just in case I run out of ports. I don't foresee it. Let me show you why. This is a quick picture of my home network with a few components missing. Right up top, I have my router, which is a UDM Pro. That's the Ubiquity Dream Machine Pro. I kind of went with the Ubiquity House a little while ago, and I got some other videos that I posted on how to set that guy up. That's connected into a Unify 250 watt PoE 1 gigabit per second switch, and this is why I'm saying I'm not really interested in converting the whole house yet to 10 gigabit per second because that feeds a ton of other ports. I'll show that to you maybe in another video, right? Then I'm coming down here to my expansion plan. I plan on taking that into the XG6 PoE. That's the 10 gigabit per second switch I just showed you. Now it's going to be a 1 gigabit per second connection until I decide to upgrade the house itself. That will then feed the Synology box right here at 10 gigabit per second and have a link over to the second switch, which I plan to install literally right here in my office. I don't know if you can see it behind here. Tell me if you can see this right back here. Maybe this is a little Unify Switch 8 with 60 watts of power. It powers a little voice over IP phone and everything else that I have here, and my computer. That's going to be swapped out for the 10 gigabit per second switch, which is going to be right here. That will have a link over to this guy. Now, that's bringing up a whole bunch of questions in my mind because I'm thinking, okay, do I have good enough cable in my walls? Like, I think this might be Cat 6, maybe Cat 5e, I'm not sure. Is the distance short enough that I can run some good 10 gigabit per second tests? I'm going to have to check that out. What I'm planning to do is connect a laptop locally to the NAS at 10 gigs and do some performance tests, then bring that same laptop with a 10 gig USB adapter. I'll show you. Man, so many videos I'm planning to post on this over here and do the same test to see what kind of performance I'm getting, right? So this is the foundation. This is where I'm going. In the end, this network, with a few more pieces filled in there, will be the end result. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's head over there and get those guys unboxed. It's that simple.